Welcome back to Reentry, an orbital simulator. In this episode, we will be going through the backup crew checklists of starting up Apollo. And this is entirely a two-part video, I guess you'd call it. So it's a small segment of another video, which I'll link in the description below, of starting up Apollo. In that video, we went through this entire checklist at 8 times speed while I talked about it. And we also have the intro and a little backstory to the beginning of the Apollo campaign. And in this video, I wanted to have the non-sped up version of going through the entire backup crew checklist. And it might not be exciting for all, so that's why we have it split up like this. But if you haven't watched that one yet, I'd recommend at least going through the intro segments of it before coming back here for the more in-depth version of me going through the 2-hour-long checklist. And there are segments where I did not know where things were, and there are segments where I was probably saying things incorrectly, so disclaimer there, I might not always know what I'm talking about. But regardless, let's begin. Roger, open the hatch using the tools menu, C, and then press the circular button, toggle hatch. All right, toggle the hatch. Oh, that's dope. We can actually stick our head up here. See, this is where the crew is gonna come in. I believe we're upside down, of course. Roger that. Hatch is open. You should also remove the seats by pressing toggle seats to increase your working space and use your flashlight. Yeah, let's get these seats out of here. These seats we'll be using for launch, but then pretty much at all times, we'll actually stow the seats behind us or wherever they actually go. And it gives us much more room to, well, when we're in 0G, float around and see all of the switches we're going to have to navigate to. All right. For each checklist, you will notice the spacecraft is slowly coming to life. For this mission, the primary crew will take it into Earth orbit, perform tests, and return. Anyways, let's get started. We don't have much time. You should be familiar with the cockpit from the Academy, so start by executing the activation checklist. Use the run feature. Well, just like before, we will be not using the run feature. We'll be using it just to keep the script going, but we won't be using it for actually finding where things are unless things are getting really hairy, but hopefully they won't. So activation is first. We're gonna go back and forth between panel 5 and panel 2 for right now. So panel 2 is in front of us here. We have 1 on the left here, 2, which is this whole panel here, and 3, which is this whole panel here. On our right, we have panel 4 and panel 5. These are circuit breakers and things. And over here, we have 8 and 7. Those are going to be used quite a lot. The 200s are generally over here. The 300s are generally over here, although I think this one is technically, these are 100s. Okay. So that gives us a basic idea of where to look for things. Panel 5 is, of course, on our right. We want to close the caution warning circuit breakers to main bus A and main bus B. This is going to proc this alarm. Panel 2, caution warning, power up. We're going to want that to number 1, just power that up. And that allows us to hit the master alarm to turn that alarm off. Now that, of course, is a very loud alarm. And during the activation, there's going to be a few times where we actually have to proc it, like this right here. Now we have the warning lights here. We turn on the caution warning system that is powered. We have suit compressor, AC bus, so that's to be expected. I think we're going to get a lot of lights up here as we turn things on, and that's just something that is not really indicating a failure per se because we don't have things up and running quite yet. All right, so let's get the guidance computer up next, and let's see if I can find it here. There's going to be a lot of me trying to find switches. Here we have guidance, navigation. We want the computer, main bus A and B closed. All right. And that, I believe, is what powered this on. We have no attitude, computer activity, but we're good here. Now we have these buttons here, which of course, you know, we can throw in numbers and hit clear and stuff. However, I have my numpad keyboard to do just that. So on panel 2, we want to do verb 37, enter, 00, enter. And that makes program 0 show up. The way the computer works is you type in a verb and then a noun, and it will do a program, certain things. Verbs are actions, you know, nouns are a thing. I can explain that in the most generic way possible like that. And a lot of the generic ones I actually know. For instance, 00 is an idling program. Verb 37 is basically telling the computer that you are going to completely change programs. Verb 35, I actually don't remember what verb 35 is, but it looks like that is a computer test. We have all 8s, and that's what it's telling me that it'll show. It's interesting. It showed all lights there, and it flashed all 8s. That's probably a full computer test, because an 8 is using every little blip of a digital number. And we saw no problems there, so we're going to go back to program 00, and we'll do verb 16, noun 65, enter. And we're shown 1665. And I'm not exactly sure what this is counting up or down for. Looks like it's counting up. I don't know what this one is. So this is a timer, it seems like. This is seconds. This is, milliseconds. So we have 10 seconds, 11, 12, 13, and I think this might be minutes. So it's counting up from maybe when I actually hit the guidance computer circuit breaker there. That might be what 1665 does. But let's go back to program 00. There we go. All right, on panel 5, we want to, back in the guidance navigation section, no, it's not guidance navigation, is it? No, it is. IMU heaters. We want to make sure that these are closed. And we want to close the circuit breaker on main bus A and B for our IMU. That should be our gyros, to my knowledge. So we're going to get our gyros up and running and the heaters up and running. Panel 100, guidance navigation power IMU up. That's right, it is down here on the floor. All right, so we want to do guidance navigation power IMU up. So I imagine that's this one right here. Yeah, that's IMU. And that is powered up. All right, perfect. I was like, where is 100? And I looked down, 122, they said 101, so I knew it was somewhere nearby. The 100s are on the floor. Again, we have 300s over on our left, 200s over on our right, generally speaking. So it helps us look around. It's not too difficult once you know the panel numbers. Panel number 2, again, that's right in front of us. I want to make sure that the no attitude light is on for 90 seconds, but then the no attitude light should theoretically go off. Now that's something we can monitor passively. It might stay on though, I'm not sure. All right, panel 275, so 200s will be on our right side. And 275, yeah, it's this one right here. So inverter power 1, 2, and 3, main bus A and B circuit breakers need to be closed. So inverter power 1, 2, 3. There we go. On panel 5, inverter control 1, 2, and 3 circuit breaker needs to be closed. Inverter control 1, 2, 3. There we go. Panel 3, which is the right-hand front panel. We want to go to the AC inverter switch 3, or AC inverter 3. Let's see, AC stuff. That is right here as well. This is fuel cell. Third panel, it takes care of a lot of our power things, some of our fuel things, and our communication things as well, or I should say the radio tape, some antenna things. Here it is. All the way on the right here, we have the AC inverters. So AC inverter 3 switch would be to main A. AC bus 1 inverter 3 switch should be on. AC bus 2 inverter 3 switch should be on. All right. AC bus 1 reset switch should be reset on, up then center. All right. And it looks like that procced a master alarm. We're going to click that. And now we have AC bus 1 and 2 off on the top. I think it's still yelling about the seat compressor. I don't know. And we can see that we have no attitude light is off here. So we can cross that up the checklist mentally too. All right, so on 226, which I believe is on the floor down here. Yeah. All right, so we want lighting flood main bus A, circuit breaker closed. Lighting flood main bus A closed. And there we go. Our lights are on, everyone. Now we can see in here, and it's not just by flashlight. And we have interior lights and integral we're actually going to make it a little bit dimmer in here. We have that on both sides. A little bit dimmer in there, so it's not as bright, but now we can actually see. And with the lighting, of course, our frames are going to go down a little bit, but that's all right. It's workable. All right, panel 5 and 8. Adjust as needed. Yep, okay, I already did that. Panel 378, primary glycol accumulator, open. 378, I want to say, is on this wall here. We have 379, 378. All right, that's right here. Primary glycol accumulator, want to open that. There we go. 326, which, let's see, with 379, 377. Oh, 326. 326 is this one right here. I'm actually going to hit that to pause my track IR so I can actually see this without bending my neck like crazy. All right, so the glycol reservoir inlet, bypass, and outlet should all be open, and they are. And 325, which is this one right up here, these two should be set to normal, and they are. All right, 326 again. SM supply should be set to on, which is this one. It is set to on. The surge tank should be set to on. It is. And the repress PKG is set to off. Just wanted to verify it was, and it is. All right, so 351. That one is got to be what? Down on the floor here, right? Yeah, 351 is right here. I'm going to pause the track IR again. And what we want to do here is open main regulator A and B. Let's see, that would be these, right? Main regulator. Are those? Yeah. Are these the main? Yeah. Oxygen control panel, main regulator. Open. Yeah. Well, we cycled them open and closed, but they're open now. I wasn't exactly sure what they were to start off with. Okay, so down to panel 5, or I should say to the right to panel 5, are ECS radiators. Okay, ECS radiators, controller AC 1 and 2 should be closed. Environmental control system radiators, controller AC 1 and 2, closed. Let's see, the controls heaters on main A and B should also be closed. So these 4 here, and done. On panel 7, that would be on our left here, on this one, we want to make sure that our direct O2 flow is fully closed. You see, we can click it a bunch to open it a bunch, but they want it all the way to the side here, so closed. And that's that. That is our activation checklist done. We're going to hit run, which will allow the script to continue. And we can pretty much just hit OK on all of this. In fact, let's just hit clear. We did it. All right, Roger. Will do. Yep. Checklist complete. Great. Next, we will start on the backup crew section of the checklist, starting from the top and following them in order. Run the caution and warning check. All right, guys. Well, if you didn't like the master alarm tone blaring in your ears, well, we're going to have to go through a whole bunch of blaring in our ears on purpose. This is making sure that the system is working as intended, so that it can notify us of any problems should they occur. All right, first of all, we want to make sure that our caution warning here on panel 2 is set to normal, set to CSM, and we want to power it to number 2, but we're going to pause it off for at least a second. This might proc the alarm immediately. Yep. And 2. And click the power off. There we go. All right. And want to make sure that the master alarm is on. On all 3, it is. All right, so we're going to switch that back up to power 1 and pause at the second, or pause at the center for at least a second. There we go. Make sure that it's on all 3 of them. It is. There we go. All right, lamp test number 1. I'm going to hold that up. There we go. And now we have all of them lit on the left side. And we want to set that to boost. Make sure that on panel 1, that is in fact out. And it is on both of these two. All right. And set this back up to normal. And we're going to set our lamp test to number 2. And for some reason it says it should be out again. It's not going to be out for this. I don't know. Maybe they want it to set boost again, make sure that it's out. It is. There we go. Set back to normal. That might be asking that. And the left hand lights are out. The right hand lights are now on. That is correct. And yeah, we're going to release the lamp test. We're gonna see if panel 3 is out. Off of what? Right hand light 20 on. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna just push this and we're gonna set this to ACK. So it's powered, CSM, lamp test is no longer showing, and we're set to ACK. So that's our caution warning checklist complete. Of course, it wants us to actually run it to make sure the script goes ahead. All right, roger that, checklist complete. Roger, this ensures the caution warning system works. Proceed with the EMS Prelaunch Tests. We'll use the run feature in all checklists today. Well, maybe you will, but I'm only forced to progress the script. So let's go ahead and do this one. Initial EMS prep. I'm trying to remember what EMS stands for. It'll come to me. Oh, the EMS, that's this thing right here. You know, I actually might run this script here because there's some things that I'm a little confused about. Here, I'm gonna actually like pause my track IR so we can have a good view of this and I don't have to move my head around at all. I don't have to hold my head in the same place. I mean, there's a few places where it tells me to bring this indicator line to somewhere specifically on the tape, and I'm not 100% certain what it's asking of me here. All right, checking the Earth Monitoring System. And that's what it stands for. Right. All right, so EMS function is off. If the SPS thread light is on, a ground exists on one or both of the delta V thrust switches. Okay, that is currently off though. We're good. Of course, I need to move my head though. I can't keep it there because on panel 8, we need to actually close the circuit breakers for EMS on main bus A and main bus B. Now we'll do this. All right. Those are closed. Open the EMS GTA cover. All right, done. That is up. We want to switch our EMS mode to standby, which I believe EMS mode standby. Yeah, it's at standby, and then set that to delta V. Adjust the alphanumeric brightness optional. Now we're good there. We're good. GTL null adjust EMS mode. We want to switch that to normal now. Adjust GTA null. Adjust until the V range least significant digit changes less than 1 per 10 seconds. Okay, it stops at 493.3. Okay. All right, EMS function delta V set. So we want to set that to delta V set, right? Now we're going to slew the delta V indicator to plus 1586.8. So we can hold this down. Make sure that goes to 1586.8. Or 5? No, of course. 1586.8 is the number we want. We'll bring this down. 1586.8. There we go. And we're going to now move. We got to proceed with this because otherwise it's going to yell at me. All right. We're going to move our system to delta V test. EMS function, that's what I was trying to think of. Now, the SPS thrust light is on, which means there's a ground between this and these down here. And it wanted me to keep that in mind. Okay. The light is on. It went down to 0. Yep, it did. EMS mode, standby. Verify results. Yep. All right, EMS standby. Okay, and now we want to go to EMS function, EMS test number 1. EMS test number 1 is all the way here. All right. EMS mode normal, wait 10 seconds. Understood. After that 10 seconds, 0.5G light is out, SPS thrust light is out, lift vector down light is out, it's this one, lift vector up light is out, range indicator is 0.0, slew scroll until display index superimposed upon notch at start of next self-test pattern. See, this is where I don't understand what that is specifically means. I don't know where on the tape it specifically wants me to slew this. So we're gonna hit proceed, and even the script isn't gonna tell me exactly what that means. Now you see here, we have the ability to scroll this. This is tape used for reentry, and then there's like a line that gets drawn. I think I'm accidentally drawing a line on the entire page when I'm doing this. And frankly, it's because I don't know. Test 1 normal, no lights. I think maybe it's already in a place where it should be. I couldn't tell you. So we're just gonna say, yeah, sure. All right, EMS test number 2, wait 10 seconds. And then the 0.05G indicator light will turn on, but all others will be out. All right, waiting 10 seconds. There we go, that light is on. All right, I'm gonna move this to EMS test number 3. So that light is on. The lift vector down light is on 10 seconds after the 0.05G light. Yep, lift vector down light is on. All right, set range indicator to 58 nm. Okay, it's letting me move this. Sweet. So 58 nautical miles, I think this is the indicator, right? 58, there we go. Okay, that is done. And we're going to move ahead to EMS function, EMS test number 4. And now this moves. And I don't think that I had this slewed in the correct place, to be honest with you. Oh, actually, no, I did. Yo, okay. You see how I slewed it over and it drew this dark line here. Maybe it's a little bit harder to see, but I guarantee that it just drew a line directly on this test line here. Okay. And then this must be test number 2. The test number 2 line? Maybe? I don't know. Okay. I think I'm maybe getting an understanding of that. All right, so GV trace during 10-second period within test pattern. Yeah, after 10 seconds, GV trace stops at lower right corner of test pattern. Yes, and it did. I understand the test pattern line there now. I didn't at first. And it's RNG is 0, the range is 0. Yep, okay, so verify results complete. All right, the EMS function, EMS test number 5. The 0.05G light is on. Now the lift vector up light will be on. Range indicator resets to 0. Well, it's already at 0, so. Yep, lift vector up is on. Scribe traces vertical line. Oh, shoot, it is. You could barely see it, but it went straight up. Okay. On 9G to 0.281 plus 1G stops at trace within test pattern. It seems like it went higher than it should have. Slew scroll until stylus is at 0.28G. Right. Verify and delta V instructions are visible. So, okay. It wants me to slew the scroll until the stylus is at 0.28G. Is that like that? Whole step of grid test pattern 1, verify delta V instructions are visible. Well, okay, I guess we're moving to range set. EMS mode standby. Scribe traces vertical line from 0.28 G and stops. Then the EMS function off and down. So it's not doing this. Although it doesn't seem that the script even wants us to do this either. See, these are some of the specific parts of the EMS system, at least the test of it, that I'm a little confused about. We traced lines all over the thing. I don't think we should have. But, all right, we're going to EMS function off, GTA off. All right, so that's that one complete. A little confusedly, but it's complete nonetheless. All right. The EMS is a backup device used throughout the mission and is important during re-entry. Proceed with the Glycol loops checks. Roger that. Glycol loop checks. All right. So panel 377, which I might have to search for. We have 378, 379, 377. There we go. Didn't have to search. We want to set that to normal. That is our glycol to radiator secondary valve. All right. On panel 2, which is directly in front of us, ECS indicator select should be our secondary temperature changed up there. So basically for this, we are verifying some temperatures and pressures, it looks like. All right, secondary coolant pump should be set to AC1. And that should be, yeah, secondary coolant pump, AC1. It just says AC up there, but I guarantee that's probably AC1. All right, radiator secondary temperature, or temperature in indicator should be around 60 to 97 degrees. So am I looking in the right place for this here? We have inlet and outlet. Yeah, so the inlet temperature is about 60 to 97, correct. The outlet temperature, 60 to 70. I don't know if that's entirely the same there, or maybe I'm not looking at the right one. Who knows? The secondary glycol evap out temperature. The evap out temperature. It's maybe that's that outlet actually. 60 to 75 also. Well, that one's actually 60 to 75 based on where 0 is, where 50 is. It's not the high end of that. It's not the high end of that, but it's not out of the question. It might be okay. Secondary glycol evap steam pressure should be about 0.25. It only goes up to 0.2. So I'm a little confused about that one. Pegged. I don't exactly know what pegged means. So maybe that's not accurate. I don't know. I don't know what they mean by pegged. All right. The dish pressure indicator should be 39 to 51. It is. It's on the high end of that again, but it is. Secondary accumulator quantity indicator should be 30 to 50%. It is. It is indeed. All right, so our secondary coolant pump, we'll change this to AC2. The difference here is, no, they're the same. All right, and 3951, yeah, they're the same pressure there. And then we'll change the coolant pump to off, and ECS indicator selector, set that to primary. All right. And then we're going to go over here and we're going to set this to bypass once again. All right, good, good. Panel 4, now if you remember that is the small one on our right-hand side here. Glycol pumps to AC1. All right, so glycol pumps. I was looking at the circuit breakers here, but I think it's actually this switch because we have glycol pumps to AC1 right there. I think that might be what it's asking us. Yeah, I think that is because it's a way to monitor certain things. Because on panel 2, it's asking to check our dish pressure, which is 37 to 50, and the accumulated quantity, 25 to 50. It is. And I think it's telling us to go and switch this to AC2. No, glycol pumps 1 AC1 now. There we go. And we're going to look at the same thing. Pressure is the same, it looks like. All right, so radiator flow control power should be set to power. Radiator flow control power. That's a switch that's over here somewhere. It'll be set to auto. Okay, so it is this switch here. ECS radiators flow control auto is set to auto. and the talkback indicator is gray. Correct. And then radiator flow control power should be set to off. That one right there, center. Okay. Sounds good. Panel 7, direct 2 valve, open. Adjust for something. I'll just open it twice. I don't really know. Adjust for this. On panel 2, our O2 flow indicator, which is all the way up here, should be about 0.4 plus or minus 0.1 pounds per hour. Okay, so we're going to open it a little bit more. 5, and we should see the needle move maybe a little bit. Okay, let's go 8. And it isn't moving, but it might after a while, so we'll just throw it like somewhere in the center and call it a day for that, honestly. Well, maybe we'll monitor that because that might increase ever so slightly. I'll zoom in here. You can see that it still doesn't seem like it's moving all that much. Let's just open this thing all the way. Yeah, see, there we go. It was 100% using that one. Just it's being a little finicky with us, that's all. There we go. It should be below 0.6, but not at 0.2. There we go. Perfect. That's where it wants it to be. All right, glycol pumps is complete. We, of course, have to hit run to move the script along. Checklist complete. All right. This checks the secondary glycol loop and activates the primary glycol loop. Perfect. These are used to keep and maintain a proper temperature in the systems and equipment. Complete the standby inverter checklist now. All right, standby inverter number 3 check. So on panel 3, we have our inverters. These are called the AC inverters right here. This whole switch that we activated the 3rd one on. All right, so AC2 reset should be set to off. And that sets a master alarm off. Interesting. Okay. Inverter 3 should be set to main bus B. All of these are going to set a master alarm off, I think. Inverter 2, AC2. Inverter 2, AC2 is off. Inverter 3, AC2 should be on. Yeah. And AC2 reset. All right, we reset it, and now we turn the alarm off. Okay. And on panel 2, all the lights should be out. Yeah, except for C compressor. So yeah, we're good. We're good. That's how it was before. Now on panel 3, AC indicator select right here. We're gonna go to bus 2. A little confused on that. Oh, AC indicator. Aha. Bus 2. OA, B, and C. And the volts are saying about 110, maybe 112 VAC. That should be good. All right, AC2 reset to off. Inverter 3, AC2 off. Reset that alarm there. AC inverter 2 to main bus B. AC inverter 1 to main bus A. Inverter 2, AC2 on. Okay. AC2 reset. AC1 reset to be off. Yep, it is. Reset the alarm there. AC bus 1. Inverter 1 on. Okay, that's backwards. It should be AC inverter 1, bus 1. Inverter 3 off. And 1 is on. That's backwards, I think. And AC1 should be reset. Now that. Lights are out. Yep, they are. All right, AC3 inverter should be set to off. It is. And the AC indicator select. Bus 1 and 2. We're going to check that we have voltage in all of them. And we do. All right, that is complete. So basically we had it on the 3rd inverter. And we basically tested that again. And we activated the secondary inverter. So AC inverter 1 on main bus A, main bus B. So is using AC bus 1 on inverter 1. AC bus 2 on inverter 2. And the others are off. All right, makes sense to me. Let's go ahead, hit run, clear. We made it through that checklist. Next one is going to be this one here. Roger that, checklist complete. The standby inverter is the only inverter that can be powered by either main bus A or main bus B. The standby inverter is what they're referring to as the third inverter, inverter number 3 here. Configure the FC radiator checks too. It's a short one. It definitely is. It's a single page here. All right, roger that. FC radiator check on panel 226. 226. Aha, that's this one down here. I will once again freeze my track IR so I can access this without bending my head. All right, so what we want to do is close all the fuel cell radiators and then make sure that all of the talkback indicators on panel 3 are gray, then open them. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. We have 3 fuel cells, and we wanted to close all 3 of these. Now we're going to move our heads back up to panel 3 and make sure that all of the fuel cell radiator talkback indicators, that would be these 3. There's 2, generally there's 2 different states where these that these talkback indicators can be. These are gray or barber pole. The barber pole is this, and gray is this, of course. So these 3 are in fact all gray, and now it wants us to go back down here and open these again. Make sure I click on the right one. There we go. All right, float bag check. I wonder, do these go barber pole? Nope, they stay the same. Okay. Float bag check is even shorter, so all the way on panel 8 over here. We want to make sure that the float bag, and let me see if I can find the float bag. This one. Float bag, all of these are off. I believe that's off. Oh, we have vent or fill. All right, I want to set those to off. There we go. And then close all of these. And then we'll go back to vent. And then open them. Now, I wonder if we were actually in the Apollo spacecraft, that we would actually be able to hear something happen when that happens. But for our intents and purposes, maybe it made a whoosh sound. I don't know. But let's run the checklist, because we have now done it. That is done. Roger that. Checklist complete. We're flying through these. Next, we'll focus on the left-hand equipment bay, the LHEB. You start configuring the environment control system valves. Complete the LHEB ECS valves. Check. Roger that. Will do. If I can get that off my screen. There we go. Left hand something or another ECS valve status. 377, we want to set that to bypass. It is set to bypass. 379, primary accumulator fill should be set to off. It is. 378. We want that to be open, and it is. Why strut retract? That might be something that you would have to do in the actual spacecraft that isn't modeled in this simulator. I don't know exactly what that is. Open cool control attention panel, something or another. On a 382. Now that is a access to coolant control panel. 382. That's this one. Look, some of them are even hiding. If there wasn't enough switches already, some of them are hiding behind little doors. All right, so we're going to want to set suit heater exchange primary glycol flow warning. Hold on, let me actually read this. I'm going to stick my head down here. Where is it? I'll stick my head down here, freeze my head so I can get to those, and then go back up here and actually read what I'm doing. Suit heat exchange primary glycol to flow. Suit heat exchange to flow. There we go. It must remain off throughout mission, or swelling of CO2 odor absorber filters may result. Okay, understood. All right. Suit flow relief valve. Is that this one? Yep, this is the valve. It should be set to, looks like there's either auto or off. And it's set to off right now, so we'll stay that way. Glycol evap in. We have evap water controllers. Secondary and primary. Primary is set to auto. Coolant control panel. Suit exchange secondary glycol. That's definitely this one. We want that one to be set to flow. All right, evap H2O control 2 should be set to auto. See, now that's something I don't see here. We have water accumulators down here. And both of the water accumulators should be set to RMTE. And the one above it says evap. Oh, evap H2O control. It's this one right here. All right, so both of them should be set to auto. And both of these should be set to RMTE, whatever that stands for. And then close the panel. All right, sounds good. We close that. All right, on panel 350, which is all the way on the floor here, I'm once again gonna freeze my track IR so I don't have to break my neck. Main regulator 2, both of those are open, yes. All right, the H2O glycol tank select. Let's see, was water and glycol tanks pressure? I wonder if that's what I was talking about. Those are both set to off. Or no, those are both set to both. So we're good there. Emergency cabin pressure select should be set to off. It is. Press to test. I'm not going to do that. I think that would make a bang sound. All right, cabin repress valve is set to off. Yes, it is. All right, 352, which is directly beneath it. I'm going to try to read things from here. So waste tank something. Servicing is set to close. Yep. Pressure relief should be set to 2. It looks like pressure relief was set to off. Oh, wait, no. That should be set to off. Pressure relief should be set to off. Yeah. Cabin repress valve should be off. CCW. Okay, let me get my head down there and actually see what it's talking about here. If I can, even. We got the waste tank inlet. It doesn't tell me to do anything about that one, though. No, it should be set to auto. Waste tank inlet should be set to auto. Emergency cabin pressure select should be set to off. See, I don't see that. Wait, no, I'm looking ahead. All right, pot tank in valve, it should be set to close, and it is. I kept reading ahead here because I need to move my eyes left and right like crazy to actually read these. So I was skipping ahead to that line. This is all good here. Forward hatch. The forward hatch should pressure equal valve should be set to close. I'm pretty sure that that's this one, and I'm pretty sure that that's closed, unless it's talking about this one, in which case that is set to off. And we'll make sure that this is closed. So, all right, I don't know. It's either of those two. They're closed. We're good. Panel 201, which would be on our right side, right? AC, utility power, off. So I got to find 201 now. I don't know where that one is. It's panel 10. 101. All right, we're gonna find it. We're gonna find 201. genuinely closest I can get is a 180, right? 180 is 225. 226, 225, 250. So it's gonna be down here. We got 180. Seven. C utility. That's gonna be help for me. Ugh. The thing we're looking for is 201 AC utility power off. Okay, we're gonna unpause time here. Well, to the best of my knowledge, panel 201 should be right around the front here, judging on, we have, you know, panel 229, 225, 226. All the way here we have, what, 180? It should be around here. And also based on the fact that panel 304, the 300 to the left side, is right there, you'd think a switch would be around here or something like that. I don't exactly know where it is, so I give up looking for it because we're on a time crunch here. So 201 AC utility power off. We're just gonna hope that it's off and maybe we'll never have to find that switch ever again. All right, panel 12, that's the tunnel vent thing over here. What we want to do is set it to change in pressure between LM and CM and make sure that it indicates 0 PSID. Okay. Well, it doesn't indicate 0, but if we really want it to, usually that does the trick, but looks like it's not. All right, well, it's not at 0, so nothing I can really do about that. Well, you know, tell flight that that's not a 0. All right, so panel 300, 301, and 302. That's our suit flow valves. I want to set that to off. That is our drinking water supply. I'm going to set that to off. 301, 302, 300. along with 201. I have absolutely no idea where those are. Those might all have to do with our suits and like EVA stuff. And of course, that's not really things we're worried about in this simulation. I don't think maybe EVAing via the Apollo capsule is a thing you can do in this simulator. I don't exactly know. No way. 302, 301, and 300. Okay. And then, okay. We found them. Thank you, script. We'll use you. We want to set that to full flow. I found them. All of those. 303, which should be this one. Primary cabin temperature. We want to set that to the maximum cold. Primary and secondary maximum cold. Okay. So if that's the case, 201 could possibly also be on this wall, but of course it still isn't. So I'm still a little bit confused on not knowing where 201 is. But now I know where 300, 304 are. So on panel 100, I know where that one is. Utility power should be off. Flood dim 1, flood fixed off. Optics power off. IMU power on. The rendezvous transmitter power should be set to heater. Numerics, we'll leave that off. Flood and stuff as desired. Integral lights the flood lights needs to be off. Okay. Then on 306, is it this one right here? Oh, that looks like it. All right, 306, we're in business. Let's deal with this. Mission timer should be set to reset, just for the hell of it. Okay. Stop scrolling around. Indicator is in fact 0. Well, I mean, we don't really have a mission thing. It's completely blank. Unless it wants me to hit that reset. Well, here reset on both of those. This is an event timer. Now, mission timer reset. There we go. And mission timer start. Mission timer start, indicate, counting up, verify. Event stop, then reset. So the thing is, we don't have the mission timer actually active right now. And we also have system test, which doesn't appear to even have a needle for us to test. So we'll say that, VDC is good there. We're good. System test 2, rendezvous things set to off. None of that stuff really seems to matter all that much. Okay. Panel 122. Caution, 0 switch must not be moved during pre-launch or inadvertent jettison of OPT covers could occur. 122 is right here. All right. This is stuff to do with our star optics, where we can actually use the stars and mark them and track them for our guidance computer to keep ourselves oriented when we are unable to use things like the Earth and the Moon to actually adjust our orientation automatically. All right, so 0. The opt 0 switch should be off. Yeah, optics 0. Do not touch that. Got it. All right. Let's see. Medium opt coupling direct. Speed low. That is. All right. Let's set that to low. It looks like these things should be good. Oh, slave to SXT should be set. All right. Condition lamps should be on. Accept. I get talkback switches desired. Yada. And 163 science utility power off. And 162 science power off. I don't think these panels are part of there either, because that's stuff like science experiments. Oh, look at that. We actually do have them. 163 is off. And then 162, which you'd think it would be like right next to it, right? Science power off. That would be probably, if we had science things to do, it'd be around there. Okay, we'll assume that they're off as well. 164, S1 off. And same concept. I don't know where 164 would happen to reside. Oh, we have 162. Look at that, off. Never mind, they're hiding. They're hiding around here. All right, so 164. 163. Where do you think 164 would be hiding, guys? It would be somewhere. We have 180. So I'm thinking maybe I'm right about 164 not being somewhere. I don't know. I can't find that one either. We're gonna call it fine. Those were off. We'll assume that they're probably off. Panel 181. Now that's one I don't exactly remember. Oh wait, did I actually call that one out before? We have 180. But where would I have a 181? I wonder if there's a door for it or something of the sorts. We got 180, but we genuinely, I don't know where 181 could possibly be hiding. So I think we're going to be skipping that unless it has something to do with this stuff. 100. We're going to hit run on here. In progress, right. So yeah, it wanted me to do some of that stuff. Yep. 101 system tests, 101. Yep. Oh, I missed some things here. The waste H2O in the urine dump up. Where was that? Where is that? Where I was a little confused. Nope, it's right here on panel 101 system test. I completely skipped after the voltage thing here. We want the waste H2O and the urine dump both to be on heater A. Right. Understood. Optic stuff I did. Although it's saying, oh, manual. What? It must not be moved though. And it wanted out 0. Hello. Skip those in research. Okay, so I was right about that. Okay, the script had you actually hit manual on that when this is actually specifically saying it is a 0. Oh wait, no. It is saying 0, slave to SXT, and then manual. I see. Okay, it jumps ahead if things are already switched. And I'm definitely making things more complicated by not running the checklist and just trying to do them based off of where I think things are. But that's just how I roll. And it's going to cause problems. And let's face it, problems are sometimes fun. We have 5 minutes until prime crew ingress, and I'm definitely not through all the checklists we need to be, but we're just going to continue anyway. This configures the optic systems, basically the eyes of the AGC, as well as the MET. Don't worry if you see it counting, it will reset when the prime crew launches. Yeah, I'm not worried that I see it counting. I'm worried that I just don't see it on at all. I may have missed a circuit breaker that I can't locate at this time. That should be fine. Roger that. Yeah. So you're gonna want me to do what? Ordeal switch position now? What was the last thing you let me do? Complete the RHEB checklist. Understood. RHEB and panel 601. All right, more things of cranking my head all over the place here. 225. I know the location of that one. Is this one right here? Haha. All right. All of them closed except high gain antenna 2 should be open. All right, so let's locate high gain antenna 2. High gain antenna right here. These should remain open, but all of these other ones will be closed. So let's close all of those. And make sure that I didn't accidentally close them. All right, so good. 226, all of them closed except for the fuel cell radiator, fuel cell reacts, and the COAS tunnel light, main bus B. Oh, I see. Lighting, coast tunnel rendezvous spotlight, main bus B, that stays open, as well as our radiators and our reacts. So we're gonna close all those. Make sure the, oh shoot, open reacts. It's switched me over to the next panel way quicker than I wanted to. All right, close that. Trying to get this panel is really easy to accidentally, like that, click on the wrong one. Nope. Oh, main bus B needs to stay, how do I can't select A. There we go. Main bus B needs to remain open. But everything else is closed. And look at that. We have integral lighting now. That's right. Apollo has RGB lighting on everything. And let's light that up to the max. Because we won't actually do it to the max, but when we're actually flying it, I mean. But so we got blue lights on everything, which is cool. I like it. All right, cool. Panel 229, 229. I actually don't know where that one is. We have 250s, 270s, 229. Oh, it's a smaller one here. Okay. So all are going to be closed except for the main release. Both of them should stay open. And the O2 vac ion pumps. Both of those should stay open. So we have main release. These are open. And we have vacuum IGN pumps. Is that what it's talking about? Close. Close everything for EPS here. Timers. Wait a minute. There it is. Okay, so that's a bit of an inconsistency. I found the timers circuit breakers. They're right here on 229, and they are open before it wants us to deal with that stuff. So now in the future, when it tells us to check the mission timer stuff before the circuit breakers are closed, I know exactly where to go to actually close them. SPS line heaters, O2 vac ion pumps. I think that's probably those two. And then main release, those 4 circuit breakers remain open. 230 we skip. Apparently we don't have those cameras on the things. All right, so panel 250, which is on the floor here, all closed except these two. Caution, bat bus A and B to pyro bus 2 should never be closed when pyro A and B sequence A and B2 are closed. Loss of pyro battery power could result. Okay. Understood. So on, let's see, 250, here we go. Now we're really turning the spacecraft on, guys. All right, all of them closed except for bat bus A and B. That's bat bus to pyro tie. That must be, oh yeah, these two remain open, and then bat C to bat bus remains open. Okay. Close that one, and that one. Understood. So bat C to bat bus are open, and bat bus A to pyro bus and bat bus B to pyro bus are open. Good. All right, 251 now. Let's see. 251 is right here. Overboard drain valve should be set to off. It is. 252 right next to it. Battery vent should be set to close, and waste stow valve should be set to vent. So close and vents. Make that the opposite of what they were before. On panel 601, repress O2 close. So 600. That would probably confuse the heck out of you if you didn't know exactly where it was based on everything else. But 600 is actually on the ceiling above us and behind us. Repress O2, that is open, and this is closed. So we are set to close. We are good to go. And now it's running through everything, verifying I have everything set. Although apparently it wants us to set that to closed, even though the script told us to set it to vents. Look at this. Oh, that's the wrong checklist, isn't it? Where were we? We were on this one. Waste stow valve should be set to vent. We're going to keep it on vent. Skip P601. Okay, well, we already did it. That's fine. Roger that. Checklist complete. And now we're going to go to the ordeal. I don't know. No, I guess we are going to ordeal. Okay. Very good. The right-hand equipment bay contains most of the fuses needed by the electrical power system, the EPS. Lots of acronyms in Apollo. Yes. Then go ahead and set the ordeal by following the ordeal checks. Well, ordeal switch position. Before ordeal is stowed, or when not being used, whether Earth lunar switch is in power off or not, FDAI 1 or 2 switch must be on inertial, and they are. Otherwise, pitch inertial attitude cannot be displayed by FDAI ball. So this is the ordeal panel. It is something that is always on in the simulation, but I believe it can be taken on and off at will. I think it's taken off for the launch and put back on later. All right, so... Oh yeah, this one is set to power off. These two are set to inertial. Attitude select control as desired. This is not changeable, so it's just going to stay there. Lighting is set to off. And let's see, mode hold fast. Slew control center. Slew is center. All right, yeah, we're good there. Good to go. Roger that. Checklist complete. The next two checklists are quite lengthy, and we'll walk through all the main panels. Oh boy. See, Prime Crew is probably just standing there like, dude, are you ready? It's been an hour. But here I am, starting lengthy checklists, 3 minutes late. It's fine. Everything's fine, guys. It's gonna be all right. F5, there we go. All right, roger that. So, THC and RHC locked. So THC and RHC, I think that is, well, we have rotation control direct. I think that's talking about our hand throttle things, which we're not able to actually lock anything here. Left hand ECS valve stat. I don't know what that means, but I think if we hit run here, yeah, it's having me completely skip that. So we're gonna hit clear just so that it's not showing. So yeah, but we need to do the couch check still. So let's just do this. Panel 375, surge tank relief valve open. 375. That's 380. 379, 78, 775. Look at that. The surge tank relief valve. We set to open. Nope, that is set to open. It is open. Perfect. 376. The PLVC should be set to normal. Panel 380. Oh, this thing is 380. Aha. All right, this is 380. Found it. All right. Demand regulator select should be set to both. There we go. The suit test valve should be set to off. Is there a suit test valve? Yeah, that's this one. Should be set to off. All right, suit return valve closed. Push. All right, 325. The primary. Ah, that one's up here. That one's this one right here. The primary glycol radiator should be set to normal. So it's pulled to bypass. So pushing it down, that's normal. Good. Cabin pressure relief. Both of them set to boost. No, that's closed. Boost entry, which is the second one here. There we go. Safety latch off, of course. Yes, yes, yes. 326. So we want the bypass valve closed, but the inlet and outlet open. All right. All of these should be set to on, even the repress package valve. That's simply set to on. All right, good, good, good. And the left-hand side panels, we have 15. DOAS power is off. Utility power is off. This is post-landing. BCN light high is off and center. Die marker is down. And PL vent is off. Bottom, there we go. All right. Panel 18. All of these are set to off. That is our auto RCS. Flood dim. Flood dim should be set to 1. Is that just like it wants us to do that? Flood fixed off. Oh no, flood dim 1. Flood fixed off. Numeric lights as desired. Integral lights and floodlights as desired. Okay, okay, okay. The sequent events control system, which is these things right over here. Let's see. Both of the logics should be set to off. They are. His bottom is off there. All right, good, good, good. Both the pyro arms should be set to safe. Circuit breakers on panel 8, all closed except the CMRCS heaters. So let's find everything that needs to be left open before we just close everything here. All right, so service module, RCS heaters. Probably looking for reaction control system. We have service propulsion, reaction control system, CM heater 1 and 2. Both of these are going to be remained open. Okay. Float bag, all three of these are going to remain open. SECS logic and ARM remain open. Okay, so these two and all of those. But everything else, we get to press a bunch of buttons. Make sure that all of these are closed. Now, this is pretty much putting all of these systems onto our batteries. We're closing the circuits. We're powering them up, basically. And then there's specific things that are left unpowered as well. And that's everything that's open. These two and all of these 7 here. All right, on panel 7, EDS power is off. Caution, more than 1 hour of continuous on time for TVC servo power 1 and 2, which is this, may be detrimental to SPS gimbal actuators. Okay, so this is something to do with our gimbals on our main engine. Both of them should be off. They are. FDAI power is set to both. Logic 2.3 should be on. All right, sounds good. Electrical power GDC ECA. SCS electronics power. There we go. GDC ECA. There we go. The SIG Condor. I don't exactly know what that means. And driver bias power, both AC1 or AC2. We'll just do AC1 and AC2. Let's split that. I don't know. BMAG power, both should be set to warm up. And let's see about our O2. Yeah, we're good there. That doesn't change. All right. Left hand MDC and panels 600, 602, 603, and 604. Okay. On panel 1, which is this whole side here, set altitude index to 3300 and CMC attitude IMU. CMC attitude is in fact IMU, but set altitude index, I don't exactly know what that means. So we're gonna skip it because that's never gonna be a terrible idea. Acceleration is in fact at 1G. We're on the planet Earth. Let's see. Want our FDAI scale to be 5.1. That is set. Select 1/2, correct. Source is the CMC. Attitude set is GDC, not the IMU. All right. Manual attitude should be set to rate command. All done. Pitch should be accelerated command though. Okay. Limit cycle off. Attitude deadband minimum. Rate high should be set to high. Translation control. It actually completely skips that one, it looks like. Oh, we'll leave that on power. THC power on. Maybe that actually is what it's talking about. All right, so the RHC power normal both should be set to AC, DC, and direct should be set to off for both of those, and they are. SC control should be set to SCS. I don't remember the difference between CMC and SCS here. That I need to refresh myself on because I'm completely in the dark when it comes to that, unfortunately. CMC mode should be set to free. BMAG 3, all three set to rate 2. SPS thrust is set to normal. If we click that on when in space, we can actually start our main engine manually. So yeah, once that's set to normal. Delta V thrust, these are both here. We need these active in order to have our engine running. Those are set to off. Let's see, SPS gimbal talkback switches are I'm sorry. That's not talkback switch. That's thumb wheel. We want them set to 0. All right, can do. The gimbal thumb switches are set to 0. Okay. Attitude set thumb wheels. I don't exactly know what these thumb wheels actually accomplish here, but we want roll to be set to 162. It doesn't really explain these, to my knowledge, in the academy at all. Yeah, 0. I don't know if this is like a backup for attitude in case the guidance computer goes down, or maybe that's what SCS is doing. I don't remember. But okay, those thumb switches are set how they should be then. All right, the SCS TVC should be set to rate command for both pitch and yaw. All right, gimbal motors are off. Good. Delta V cage? I don't know if that would mean what CG actually means. It probably doesn't mean gauge. LVCSM, I should say. ELS logic off, ELS auto. CMRCS logic is off. Propellant off, purge is off, so it's down, yep. IMU cage. Aha, that is set to off. There's the word cage. EMS roll should be set to off and 0.5G off. Yes. This is set to the A-ish symbol. I forget what it actually means. And the indicator is, in fact, not 0. And that indicator is indicating 100, not 0. We'll hope that's fine. I don't know. TVC gimbal direct should be set to auto for both of those. All right, event timer start should be at the center, and event reset should be up center. There we go. All right. Now on to panel 2. I'm going to switch these to the middle one. Suit cabin pressure, change in pressure indicator. That's up here. It should be greater than 2. However, we're at -5, so that's concerning. O2 flow indicator is as we left it. Probe extend release is set to retract. Now the talkback indicators here are gray. Probe, all 3 of these should be off. Wait, probe 3 off. Yeah. So off, and off. Okay, there we go. Exterior lights, that should be off and off. Yes. Tunnel lights should be off. Center is off. No, down is off, my friend. Looking at the wrong one again. And LM power should be set to off, not to power from the CSM there. All right, so up TLM. CM should be accept. IU should be blocked. CM repressure off. CM RCS pressure should be off, down. CM RCS pressure, yeah, that's that one. And then RCS indicator switch should be set to propellant quantity. All right. RCS status check now. We're getting there. We're getting there on this left-hand check here. So service module RCS helium. These are barber pulled. These are barber pulled. Everything is barber pulled here. There's nothing that's gray. Let's see. So RCS secondary fuel pressure, 4 of them should be opened. So we have secondary fuel pressure. Is that what we want to do there? We want to open them like that. All right, RCS indicator select. SM ABCD. SM RCS package indicator ambient. Anyways, SM, I don't exactly know what that one's talking about. A little confused in that one. Okay, so yeah, we want to monitor the pressure. The helium pressure indicator should be about a little over 4,000 in all of these. Although it doesn't quite look like that's any. Service module RCS secondary fuel pressure indicator is right here. This is in the green here. At about 200. Yeah, that one's correct on all 4 of these. We'll switch this over to temperature. We want to see that temperatures are, well, they're maybe about 40 degrees. 40 degrees right there. That's probably not where we want it. Propellant quantity. RCS propellant is at 100%, yes, on all of these. The SM RCS heaters, 4 of those, should be set to off. SM RCS heaters all set to off, correct. CM RCS propellant both on up. CMRCS propellant. Secondary CMRCS propellant. There we go. It's these two right there. On. There we go. And the talkback indicators are gray. RCS indicator. Select CM1 and 2. I want to monitor those as well. That's these. All right, so temperatures are still okay, but looks like we have HE temp at about, that's time 100, and that's about 50, right? Right, so temperature's a bit low. Pressure indicator, again, 0. Because I don't think I have that set right. But I don't exactly know what else it wants from me here. And the main fuel pressure indicator is set to, well, 80 to 105 psia. And, well, if that's this one, then, well, that's looking a whole lot like around 200 psia. So some things are not adding up in my brain. And it's running through all of that, seeing that we did in fact. Why would it want this on? Oh, 5.1. Okay, I misread that. 5.1, that is correct. Pitch, it did not want that in the middle. It wanted that at accelerated. So take that. Yep, we did that. Yep. Wanted that to be down. The LV SPS indicator, GP1, where does it say that? Right here when it says, yeah, it doesn't say that. But if you want me to be on G, no, I'm not gonna set it on GP1. It didn't tell me to. Oh wait, no, it did right here. GPI, look at that. I miss things in the checklists. This is gonna become problematic. 100% gonna become problematic. No, we're not messing with all of that. I mean, it should be set to up. Excuse me. Now that one I guarantee said block. Up TLM IU block. So no. And a whole bunch of barber hold, making sure that's up, that's up, that's up, that's up. Yes. Yes. And messing with that kind of stuff. That is up, that's up. Those are gray, that stuff. Okay, now we're on, I guess it's just moving on. Okay, sounds good. Because now we're on to RCS command, and I'm going to clear that. That's fine. RCS command center transfer should be to SM. The CSM LM final SEP, both of those should be set to off down. That's all the way over here. Final and SEP should be set to off, is down. All right. EDS auto off. Both of these are set to down. The S4B/LM SEP is set to off. Propellant dump auto. Engine out should be set to auto. LV rate should be set to auto. Tower jettison, both of those are set to auto. Let's see. Guidance switch is set to IU. Looks like it is. Yes. All right, the launch translator inject should be set to inject. Yep. So we have the S2, S4B stage, LV stage. That is set to down. That's not showing on here. LV stage. That's probably it right there. I'm set to off. And then main release off down. All right. Panel 600. Emergency O2 close. 600 should be right up here. Emergency O2 is closed. All right. Right click did the opposite of what I thought it would. 602. All right, so we have 600. Oh, 602 is this one. Oh, it's trying to move my head in the right place. There we go. Okay, there's nothing that we can actually do on that one. 603. EVA STA O2 supply off. I don't think 603 is anywhere. Come on, head. I'm not moving over there. So maybe we'll skip that one, but we still have a suit compressor alarm on. So hold on, let me go through here and get all the way to the end. Because I would like to know if, yeah, it's telling me to skip that one, and we have a suit compressor light. Okay, understood. Understood. And then I move right along to the right-hand check here as well. I'm scrolling too much. Right-hand couch checks. All right. This one's equally as lengthy. Equally as lengthy. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. All right, moving over to our right-hand seat. 227, science power off. I'm pretty sure 227 is not anywhere, but I've said this before and it appeared, so we're going to skip it. All right, panel 16. That's this one up here. Docking target. We set to off. Yep, utility power off. UAS power off. 275, which is down here. Where is 275? No, 275. Aha. It's right on the right-hand side here. All closed except for main A and B bat C 2. Let's see. Main A, so these two need to stay open. And then flight panel bat bus A, B, and bat C. Oh, flight post landing, not panel. Bat bus A, bat bus B, and bat C should stay open. So these two are closed. And these two are closed. Okay, it would have been easier just to say close two of them, but I understand we're verifying that the other ones are closed as well. So all good there. Okay. 278, which is, well, somewhere. Aha, 278. All closed except for UPR, upper system compress, both. Or uprighting system compressor. Those stay open, so just close these two. Understood. All right, on panel 5 then, this whole big circuit breaker right here. FC pumps should be set to AC1, or fuel cell pumps are set to AC1. Oh, sorry. Fuel cell 1 is set to AC1, 2 and 3 are set to AC2, and that is set correctly. And guidance navigation power set to AC1. Main bus tie, both of those are set to off. There we go. Now we're running off a fuel cell instead of our batteries. And the lights didn't go down, which means the transfer went as expected. Battery charger set to AC1. No NES bus is set to off. Integral lights. Let's see. Dim 1 fixed off. And then all of them are closed except for known as instrument. So instruments known as, so this should be open still, I guess. And waste dump heaters too remain open. So these waste dump heaters remain open, but everything else we get to push more buttons. Beautiful. The only thing that would make this more satisfying is having the actual physical circuit breakers to push in. If I had like a full setup of the entire Apollo, Mercury, Gemini cockpits, and I had all these things to physically push in and flip, it would just be absolutely fantastic. So these are left open, and the no-nest one is left open. All right, on panel 4, SPS gauging AC1, telecom group 1 AC1, group 2 AC2, glycol pumps AC1, verify, yep, suit compressor, both of them are going to be set to off. Circuit breaker on panel 4, all of them are closed. All right, so as stated way before in the beginning of this video, we are in fact the backup crew. And so that means, you know, we're going to be getting out, and, you know, the prime crew has been standing there for a half hour waiting for me to finish my this suit compressor, that of course is that alarm is going to be triggered because we're not wearing the spacesuits that are going to be hooked up to this thing. They are. That just makes sense. All right. So on panel 3, where the heck is panel Yeah, this is the one right in front of me. All right, yeah. Panel 3, fuel cell radiators, all of them will be set to off. Center. Yeah, and they're gray. Fuel cell heaters. Looks like 3 of them all should be up. 1, 2, and 3. Fuel cell purge, all of them should be in the center, and they are. Fuel cell reactants, that's what that means, reacts. All of them, all the talkbacks are gray. Fuel cell main bus A, 1 and 3 off, center. Main bus A and main bus. Okay, fuel cell main bus A, 1 and 3 off, 2 center. Okay. 1 and 3 barber pulled and 2 is gray. All right, yep. Main A reset and then center. All right. Main B, all of them are off. All of them are barber cold. Main B reset. We're gonna cancel the alarm there. Why did it have me do this? It took off fuel cells from the battery, so that's why it's yelling at us. We have main bus B undervolt and FC bus disconnect. Fuel cell bus, because it just disconnected fuel cells from the line. I'm wondering why. They're barber pulled though. Main B reset, then center. Select 1, 2, and 3. Fuel cell. Okay, fuel cell something or another. Indicator 1, 2, and 3. And I believe it's having me verify things all the way up here. We want the H2 flow indicator to be. Yeah, it's there. Oh, that's fuel cell H2O flow. Haha. Fuel cell H2O flow is very low. Very low. And fuel cell H2 flow, hydrogen and oxygen flow, both of them are very, very low on all 3 of them. Looks like 3 is the lowest. Skin temperature 390 to 450. Well, that's not in the green. That's very, very low. And condensed something temperature indicator is this one. Neither of them seem to be really as high as it thinks they should be. All right, the fuel cell talkback indicators 2 gray. What? Where are those supposed to be? It's very, very vague. Fuel cell? All right, where do we see 2 talkback indicators? We have this and this, I suppose. And I'm wondering if it's going to have us put... is it maybe these? No, that's for tape stuff. I don't know. I'm confused about that one. We'll skip that. Indicator select 2. Battery charger should be set to off. It is. Very confused by some of these things here. DC indicator select fuel cell 1, 2, and 3. And make sure that we're getting volts. We are. DC indicator select bus A, B, and battery C. We are getting volts, yes. Do not leave them set at pyro any longer, or the battery charge will be depleted. I see, for pyro. And we want to make sure that we're getting volts on pyros. We are. Main bus A, there we go. I guess we're just running on a single bus on one of our fuel cells. Fuel cell 2 is running on main bus A, and that's it. I don't know why, but it had me do that. Dual inverter status check. All right, inverter 1 main A, 2 main B, 3 off. AC 1 on, 2 off. Inverter 1 AC 1 off, on, off. Yep, and then make sure that we still get volts on all 3 of these, all 6 of these, and we do. We did that earlier. SPS Status Check. SPS propellant temperature indicator to be at 100 degrees maximum. So it looks like our temperature is, yeah, we're not even close to 100. So we're good there. Pressure indicator, fuel, hydrogen, and oxidizer. It looks like we're just looking at fuel and oxidizer though. And they're good. Pressure indicator switch, which is somewhere right here. Yeah. SPS pressure indicator switch. We want to set that to HE, nitrogen, and our 2 nitrogen tanks, looks like. Hydrogen is at a little less than 4,000. Nitrogen is at a little less than 3,000. That's exactly where they should be. Okay. The injector valves, we can't interact with, but they're closed. Sure, they're good. The SPS oxidizer valve upper talk back indicator should be max. SPS oxidizer valve lower talkback max, and upper talkback. Oh, upper talkback max, lower talkback gray. Well, we have these tiny ones here. I'm unfamiliar with what that's asking of me. I don't think those talkback indicators exist, so we're just gonna say to hell with it. All right, oxidizer flow valve increase, set to increase. Okay, wait, okay, there we go. Set to increase, there we go. Ah, now it says max and normal. Okay, well, interesting. It had me check that was like this before I switched that to make it actually do it. Okay, interesting. Verify that it's on that. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, no, we're good. I understand what it means. I understand. It assumed that it would already be there for some reason or whatever. So primary and pug mode is set to normal, which I assume is primary. SPS, both of these are talkback. Both these talkback indicators are barber pole. I'm losing my mind slowly in this cockpit, honestly. Capsule. So yeah, calling it cockpit, it's a capsule. What am I doing? SPS, the helium valve, both should be set to auto. They are. The line heaters should be set to off center. It is. Pressure indicator, back up to helium. It is. All right, VHF stuff. So this is our ways of communicating back with ground control. All right, so let's see. VHF antenna, where is it actually starting me off here? Because it's not doing transponder. Unless maybe it had me over here. Is the VHF antenna SM left? I don't see this. Yeah, I don't see where it would be set to service module left, but we'll just skip that one, I guess. As we always do with things that we don't understand. We just skip them. All right, transponder is set to off. All right. S-band power amplifier primary and off should be set to off. All right. Mode voice, PCM, ranging. All right, tape should be set to center. TV should be set to center. Data should be set to data. Gonna be reset and then off. All right. Power and volt talkback indicator is barber poled. Okay. So we have tape motion talkback barber pole is gray, not barber poled. It is gray. Interesting. S-band omni should we set to B? I mean, we have A and C, so maybe the middle is B. I'll assume the middle is B. Omni Bravo. I think we've heard that call out in Apollo flight control loops. We have Omni Bravo. Beautiful. Now I know where that switch is. That's kind of fun. All right, set that to Omni. We had Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, sweet. All right. VHF AM squelch thumb wheel should be set to noise +1. I'm just gonna do 1 then. This is something that I don't know if it's actually utilized in the multiplayer. I have never played the Apollo mission control multiplayer. Some of the communication stuff might actually be required to actually communicate with people on the ground, which would be absolutely just fun. Nothing but fun. I'm just gonna set those to 2 because it doesn't matter here when we're doing a single player. All right, AM, 2 of those should be set to off in the center, not AB. All right, and RCV should be set to off. Beacon should also be set to off. Ranging set to off. Squelch enable, disable. That's not a switch we can actually do. All right, fuel cell reacts valves should be set to normal. H2 purge line heater off. And we have the tape recorder. Tape recorder should be PCM analog. Should be set to record. We should be set to rewind now. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Tape recorder forward off. So rewind, but then change it to off. Okay. SCE power normal. PMP power normal. So this is the famous SCE to aux switch right here as well. I think it was what, Apollo 8 that got struck by lightning or something. I forget if that was the right one. All right, PCM bit rate is set to high. All right, that's done on panel 3 now. Whew. All right, panel 2. The mission timer. Mission timer resets. They're actually a... Aha, this one right here. I was going to say, I didn't know if I could find that. All right, reset. Indicator is 0 and start. Now it is counting up. Look at that. Cool. All right. Caution warning set to AC. CSM. Power 1 verify. Lamp test center. And now we're at to PL vent valve. Push. Lock. What? And then it moves cryo H2 pressure. So that's probably this. Ah, yeah, post landing vent. Push lock. This isn't something I can interact with. Okay, so it's pushed. We're good. All right, cryo H2 pressure indicator both should be where they are. Good. O2 pressure indicator should be where they are. We want to select the surge tank. Okay, yep. No real difference between the two. Perfect. Back up to tank 1, of course. And our O2... Let's see, it's not having me look at quantities right now, so we will ignore that. Let's see, cabin fans set to off. H2 heaters and O2 heaters all set to auto. O2 pressure indicator switch set to the surge tank. Oh, we just set it to 1 after that. Okay. Well, we're back to surge tank. H2 fans auto, O2 fans auto, ECS indicator select primary. Let's see. And we need to verify some temperatures and stuff. So the primary in temperature 1697. Yep, that's low. It's in the lower range of that. Maybe somewhere near the middle. Actually, it's in the middle. We're good. Evap steam press indicator. Oh, outlet. I should see. Outlet temperature is much higher than inlet. That's not exactly where it should be, I think. Evap out temperature is higher than it should be. Glycol evap steam pressure indicator is lower than it indicates, but the gauge doesn't even go as high as 0.25. Pegged. It says pegged. Again, I don't know what that means. All right, dish pressure indicator. Things should be okay. 60 max. We're lower than that. Suit temperature. That's over here. Suit temperature. Yeah, good. Cabin temperature. Yeah, good. Suit pressure and cabin pressure. Both good and a little higher than usual, but that's, you know, an estimate. It's fine. CO2, we're not having any of that. All right, radiator flow control is set to auto. EDS, yep, that talkback indicator is gray. Flow control power off center, correct. Radiator manual select, radiator 1. Primary heater should be set to off center. Secondary heater also off. Yes. All right, the suit compressor change in pressure indicator should be at 0. If I knew where exactly that would be, then I'd know where to check for that. But I sure don't know where the change in pressure for suit is. I mean, you can verify by the suit pressure isn't moving, so it's not really changing pressure. We're good. Although, wait, no, here it is. Suit compressor change in pressure. It's staring at my face here, and I'm unable to read it. That went down to 0. We're good. Change in pressure right there. I was looking for the delta sign on one of these, but no, it is this. It is this. Crying out loud. Okay, we're good. All right, primary accumulated a quantity. No, I think it is accumulator. Primary accumulator quantity indicator. Yeah, less than 50%, more than 25%. H2O quantity indicator. Switch should be set to waste. We have potable water and wastewater. So our potable and wastewater are the same, less than 80%. Yes, leave that on potable for now. H2O water heater. So the potable H2O heater should be set to off. Where? Oh, this one. Yeah, it is off. It is off indeed. Suit H2O accumulator should be set to center. H2O accumulator on. It's either on, off, or on. What? on. I guess it's telling me to go on center. I'll just leave it in the center. I don't know. Suit heat exchange on for 20 seconds, then off center. Well, it's been on, so we'll just put it in the center. I think this is like suit 1, suit 2. Oh, no, that's a spring switch. So that one goes on in the center, and then this one goes on in the center. So we got main bus A and main bus B powering it. I see. I understand. Okay. Secondary coolant loop evap should be set to reset for 58 seconds, and then off. All right. We'll try to remember a minute from now to set that to off. Coolant pump should be set to off in the center. Glycol, I guess this one doesn't matter. That's the indicator switch. Glycol evap temp in should be set to manual. Position primary loop steam press valve. Glycol evap steam press should be set to auto. It should be set to manual. Glycol evap steam increase for 58 seconds. All right. Then decrease for. The thing is, it doesn't actually stay. And you want to decrease. I think we're gonna skip that one. Doesn't seem to want to do anything. And then this we're gonna close. It's been about a minute. I don't know. Glycol evap H2O flow is set to off in the center, and cabin temperature thumb switch should be set to max decrease. Okay, high gain antenna power should be set to off. High gain antenna, yep, it is set to off. High gain track should be set to auto. Beam wide. Antenna for pitch is +90. Yaw is 0. And the indicators say 0, 0. We're good. Yaw control 180. And servo is set to primary. And then on the side hatch is this one. Cabin press dump valve close. CW, I don't remember what CW is, but I think that's talking about this thing. So I'd say that's complete there. Let us know when you're done. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Really? It's telling me to close this one. Did I miss everything? Did I miss panel 276? Let me look at the checklist here. I may have missed panel 276 entirely. All closed. Look at that. I didn't close any of those. It wants those to be set to... Oh, off. I had set those to auto. I see. Yeah. That's fine. And that should be set to dim. I only set that to the center. Right. And we did these already. Don't gotta worry about that. I don't remember if I'm running this for any reason. I kind of want to see just like the end. If it tells me if that's the cabin pressure dump valve close on the side hatch. I think that is. And we had to go through a whole bunch of stuff here. And I think we mostly have it right, to be perfectly honest with you. Well, I skipped all the way past it on accident, so that was all for nothing, of course. All right, roger that. Checklist complete. Apollo sure has a lot of switches. Yeah, you don't say. Beautiful craft, isn't it? I will say, yeah. Yeah, it is. Roger that. Looking forward to flying it. I bet. Let's proceed with the communication checks. All right, let's do it. We're going to want to make sure that we can communicate up there in space, so let's do it here. S-band transponder primary. Sets primary, all right. Ample set to high. And then, let's see, this power ample should be gray after 96. It's already gray. Don't worry about it. All right. VHF AM. Let's see, right. VHF AM right here. Yep. B is set to duplex. All right, on panel 2, the S-band antenna indicator should be set to 1/3 scale. Greater than 1/3 scale. Sure. I don't understand that at all. We'll just skip ahead. Panel 9, 10, and 6. Those are confusing. Okay, well, we have 6 here. Right, so we have 6. We have 9. It's this one right here. There's nothing on panel 10. But it is that one underneath the tunnel, so we don't have to worry about that one. All right. So on panel 9 and 6, which is these communication panels on both sides of the craft, mode, 3 of them, are going to be set to intercom PTT. That one is. I'm going to take the center seat for this. We're going back and forth. PADCOM, we set to TR. PADCOM TR. All right, PADCOM volume, talkback, should be set to 5. Yeah, or not talkback, thumb switch. Power 3 should be set to audio/tone. There we go. Suit power 3 on. Is that really something that's on here? Oh, yeah, there it is. Suit power on. Suit power on. Right. Intercom should be set to T/R. Intercom. Well, we have T/M. We have S-band. T/R. We have S-band and VHF. Both of those are set to T/R. S-band, VHF. But, okay, intercom T/R there, but it's T/M on this side. I wonder if that's correct or not. It's fine. It's fine. M can be an R over there. And audio control should be set to normal. Here we go. We got normal and we got normal. There we go. On panel 9, we have VHF range. We set to normal, right? Yep, that is set to normal. Comm checks. Replace facility headsets with CM headsets. We're just going to go ahead and do a, where's that radio check right there? RGB 5/5. I think it'll always say that though, but we technically have done that. And then we got different headsets on and do comm checks and all that. Cool, fun stuff. Okay, on panel 3. So up TLM right here. Should be set to up voice BU. Establish two-way comm on S-band. Radio check? Sure, we did that, yeah. And up TLM data should be then set to up to data. S-band auxiliary tape should be at the center. Where would I find the S-band auxiliary tape? Well, we got S-band auxiliary tape center. There we go. We're good. Establish two-way comms on S-band. Radio check 5/5. Yeah, we're good. And return to facility headset. 3. At completion of comm checks. 9, 10, and 6. We're gonna set suit power off and then power off. Suit power off. And then power off. Are you telling me to power down like all of these? So we have power, audio, tone off. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. All right. So suit power off and then power, which should be this one up here, off. We'll do that. That makes sense to me. Sure. All right. On panel 2, the caution warning power set to off, which is gonna trigger the alarm. Okay, yeah. And then we're gonna open the caution warning. There we go. Maybe we should have done that the other way around. Just, you know, a thing. Okay, now the commander and the lunar module pilot can enter the cockpit. Okay, so 1 hour delay on getting this thing up and running, for crying out, a single hour, an entire hour delay on that. We have 2 of the prime crew finally. They've just been standing there for an hour waiting for me. All right. We have to run this one. Communication checks, run. And clear. Comm checks complete. Crew can finally come inside. That's it for the panels. Let's get the seats back in place so the prime crew can be seated. All right. It didn't work. Toggle seats. There we go. There we go. Follow the verify couch configuration checklists. All right. So we're going to be going through all the panels once again, aren't we? No, look at that. Nope. It's just seats. Assist bar, headrests, PhD armrest, couches, seat pads, umbilicals, harnesses, braces, and then the center feller gets to come inside and egress. So now we have all 3 that are able to finally get inside of this capsule after I am done, basically. All right, so we'll run that one. Yep. Toggle seats to normal launch configuration. Visible. That is, yeah, this is launch configuration. Understood. Couches are set up. Couches are ready. Crew can finally egress. All that's left now is to make some minor preparations needed for the primary crew to egress. Egress. That's the, okay. Preparations needed for the primary crew to egress. Good job. We'll take care of the rest. Thank you. We'll egress. Best of luck with the flight. Yeah, egress. So we would have had the backup crew. So we would have had 3 people doing this. It took me 2 hours as one person to do all of this. It would take, 3 of us, a third of that time at the worst, a third of the time. So person to my right, person to my left, they would have egressed, and then final seat adjustment, and then I would have egressed, and then we got primary crew. We did it. Oh boy. So these are the steps that 3 people, not just me, not just one person, but 3 people would go through as the backup crew, starting an hour before the primary launch crew actually step inside. This is what the backup crew is going through, all of these steps to power up and make sure that everything is up and ready. I mean, there are some things that don't appear ready, although I'm possibly not looking at them correctly. Like the pressures here all say 0. That might be nominal. That might be how it's supposed to be presented, but that's not how it's not how the mission script expected them to look, or the checklist, I should say. But I think for the most part, we got it right. And I think also for the most part, not hitting run on the checklist and just clicking on what it's telling me to do is going to cause problems. But I'm prepared to deal with those problems. Like if I accidentally skip something, for instance. But at the same time, I enjoy learning where these are the hard way and not having it tell me where things are, for instance. And even after doing all the academy lessons and things, I still completely forgot that we have some panels down here for suit stuff and just what have you, like the science switches that are on the ground over here. But hey, this is our introduction into how to get this spacecraft powered up and ready for the actual flight crew to ingress the spacecraft. And I believe that the next missions after this are not going to have me go through these steps. I think that it's understood that these steps have taken place every time we get in for the next missions after this, and we'll do smaller checklists to do like pre-flight checklists, and next episode we'll actually be flying the dang thing. So that will be cool. That'll be, you know, instead of sitting here flipping all the switches, having the hatch open, we will actually be flying this thing. That's gonna be so much fun. So there's a lot to do at all times. There's a lot to know. There's still always a lot to learn. But yeah, if you sat through this whole episode, thank you so much for your dedication into watching these. I promise the next ones will be much more exciting. But until then, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.